Booktube world, I'm Jessica, and this is my first Booktube video. So I actually tried a few times to do an introduction video before jumping in and doing any of the fun stuff, like hauls or challenges or tags or anything else. But the first try was at my friend's house with one of my friends filming it, and it wasn't the best. It was also in the middle of the night, and the camera was very shaky, and you couldn't really hear me, so that didn't work out. And then I tried at my house yesterday, and it started storming, so it was really dark in my room, and you could not see me at all. So I'm kind of done with introduction videos, and I'll just be jumping right in. My friend showed me Booktube at the beginning of the school year, and she was actually very surprised when I didn't know about it, because I've introduced her to quite a few book series. So I started watching Booktube since then and fell in love with it, and I finally worked out the confidence to start my own Booktube channel, because who doesn't want to be able to have their own YouTube channel ranting about books? I'm going to go right into the haul. It's pretty small, since I know a lot of booktubers have sometimes almost 20 books in their hauls, but I'm in high school and I lack money, so I only have 4 books today. The first and probably most important book in this book haul would be City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. I actually read this book before I got it. I got it for my birthday from my aunt, who is on book 5 in the series. I actually read it before, because the day it came out I was very depressed because I couldn't buy it, because like I said, I lack money. But my friend went to the library after school the day it came out and found it and checked it out for me so I could read it, and it was amazing. If you don't know about the Ornamental Instrument series by Cassandra Clare, you should, because it's amazing. It is a book series about shadow hunters, who is a race of humans with angel blood, and they fight to help keep demons at bay from the human world, and from the human world becoming extinct by demons. At least that's what they're supposed to do. There's been a few complications of what they have to be doing throughout the series. And this is the final book in the series. It was a very wonderful conclusion. If you haven't read it yet, you will be in for a great ride. And if you haven't read the series yet, where have you been for the past 7 years? Book number 2 is one of the books I ordered off of Amazon, and I'm actually in the middle of reading it right now. It is Never Fade, the second book in the Darkest Minds trilogy by Alexandra Bracken. For those of you who haven't read Darkest Minds, the first book in the trilogy, and haven't heard about it, it is a story about a generation of children who, when they turned 10, they all became sick with a disease that went all around America. This disease killed most of America's children in that generation, and those who survived with powers. They identify the children, their different powers, by colors. There are 5 different colors and powers. The first one that really isn't all that lethal, would be greens. They're basically really, really smart. They memorize things. They're very good with numbers. Their memory is photographic. They're really smart. The second would be blues, who can move items with their mind. The third would be yellows, who can mess with technology, and I think they just mess with it. I don't think they can really control it all that well. Some of them can, I think. The fourth would be reds, who have the ability to control fire, and then the fifth and the rarest would be oranges, who can control minds. These surviving kids were all taken to camps, which are basically like concentration camps, to keep them from causing any ruckus all throughout America. And the story follows Ruby, who is now 16, 17, and it follows her and a few other people that she meets along the way as they try and basically just survive. I don't want to say too much for those of you who haven't read The Darkest Minds, but if you haven't, I highly recommend it because yes, it is dystopian, but it is different, and the characters are amazing, the story is amazing. Alexandra Bracken did an amazing job of telling the story, and I'm really excited to finish this, and I have a feeling that the ending is going to tear my heart to pieces just like the ending of the first one did. But still, I recommend it. If you haven't read it already, you should. Book 3 in this book haul is a highly known trilogy, which I am kind of late into getting into, but it is the Maze Runner trilogy by James Dashner. It is being turned into a major motion picture, if you don't know already, starring Dylan O'Brien. A lot of my very good friends have recommended this trilogy hundreds of times because they love it, and they already warned me that it has a very slow start, so I'll kind of be watching out for that. But it sounds very good. If you don't know what it's about, it is a dystopian, and the main character, Thomas, he wakes up in this maze. Well, he's in the middle of the maze. He's not actually in the maze. But there are about a group of boys, big group of boys, when he wakes up. And he wakes up with no memory other than his name, just like all the other boys who arrived. They have no idea why they're in the maze. All I know is they're trying to find a way to get out. That would be the job of the maze runners. Everyone has a different job there in the maze to try and keep things running. And you would think, oh, since they go out and they map out the maze every single day, that they should be able to find the way out. Well, apparently the maze changes every night, so it kind of rules out that idea. But the day after Thomas gets there, a girl arrives in the lift. And no girls ever arrived before, and usually new people only arrive once every month. So when the girl arrives, she wakes up, says Thomas's name, and then falls into a coma. That's the basics of this book. I'm excited to read it. All my friends love it. I will get it read before the movie comes out, which won't be too hard because I think the movie comes out like near the end of the year, I think. The final book in this book haul is another one that I ordered off of Amazon. I actually originally ordered 3 books off of Amazon with a gift card. The gift card was for $25, and when I got all 3 of the books in my cart, it went up to $29. It didn't say anything about it at first when I placed the order, so I was like, oh, maybe it messed up. Maybe I'll get all 3 of the books. And then a few hours later, it emails me saying that it could only ship 2 of the books, and that one of them didn't get to ship. The one that didn't get to ship was The Evolution of Mara Dyer, which is the second book in the Mara Dyer trilogy, which I have been wanting to read for almost a year now, since I read the first one, and the third, and I'm pretty sure the last book in the series comes out later this year. So I was a little disappointed that that was the one that they chose not to ship. But I'm still very excited to read this next book that did come in. The next book would be Shatter Me, which is by Tare Maffey. This is a book which I have been seeing all over Booktube and Instagram and Tumblr lately. It is about a girl who has a power. Her touch is fatal, and when people find out that her touch is fatal, she is taken by the Reestablishment, who has plans to use her as a weapon. That's all I know. There's a romance in it, which will probably be a little tricky since touching people kills them. Um, yeah, I think it's a dystopian. It's a dystopian story. That's actually all I know about it, and I learned most of that from the back of the book. But that's okay, because it still sounds very good, and everyone that I have heard of that has read it has loved it. So I'm excited, and I can't wait to get to it. Okay, and that's all. It was a little small, but like I said, no money equals not a lot of books. And to finish up, I'm going to do this little thingy bobber that everyone else does in their book hauls, and I've wanted to try. It shouldn't be too hard. I only have like 4. So. Ta-da! Aren't they so pretty? And look, they're not falling. Success! Okay, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. I can't wait to finish all of these, and once I do, I'll probably film book reviews on them and post them. So be looking forward to that. Let me know if you've read these in the comments, because they all sound good. So I think that's about it. I had fun. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye!